I see this in the comments all the time. SD, how come you don't tailor a lot of formal wear? And I have a lot to say on this topic. Like, I'm really, really passionate about it, so we really have to dive into this. In a lot of ways, I kind of did you a favor by not making any of those tutorials. And the first reason is this, well, ask yourself this question. What are you wearing right now? In fact, how many times have you worn a suit over the last, week? Or 6 months, or over the last year? You're most likely wearing casual wear, you're most likely wearing a t-shirt, or you're wearing some joggers, or some jeans, or a sweatshirt, right? Yeah, probably. People really haven't been wearing a lot of suits over the last couple of months, and in fact, they haven't really been wearing a lot of dress shirts or a lot of formal wear in general. And see, the thing about YouTube is it's very seasonal, and I don't necessarily mean seasons as in fall, winter, spring, summer. I mean seasonal as in what's going on in the world. And ask yourself another question. How many weddings did you go to during the spring and the summer and the fall? And if you got a notification on how to tailor a suit on your phone, would you be excited and click that video immediately? Or would you look at it and say something like, oh, that looks like a good idea. Maybe I might try that in the next 6 months or so, maybe next spring. But my job isn't to get you to tailor things 6 months from now. My job is to get you fired up about tailoring things like today, like right now. And see, smart content creators, they run their channels like a business, and they really know how to dive into the data and the analytics that YouTube and Google provide for them, which is quite frankly a lot. And they make their decisions based off of that data and analytics, and not necessarily on things like comments or DMs or even emails. And it's really kind of a slippery slope in a lot of ways, and it's a really, really big and easy mistake to make. Now, let me give you an example. I am a tailoring channel, right? Well, what would happen in the event that I was to start making vlogs? And I would make that choice based off of the comments down below of people telling me, hey, I'd love to see you dive into vlogs. I think it'd be a really good idea. So I would say, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I would get frustrated and say, how come nobody is watching my vlogs? I'd get really annoyed by it. But see, if I were to dive into my data and analytics, it would tell me that the majority of you are here for tailoring content. The majority of you do not care about my daily life. The majority of you don't want to see what I call me content. It's all about me. It's not about you anymore. And by me content, I mean things like what I ate in a day, or what I wore today, or really kind of any content that begins with I and not you. You're here for you, not me. Good content creators also adapt to what's going on in the world and what's going on around them. And quite frankly, right now, what's going on are people want to know how to do random things around their house, right? They want to know how to teach their kid 4th grade math. At least I want to know how to teach my kid 4th grade math. They want to learn things like plumbing or woodworking or handiwork like that. Well, how does tailoring and sewing kind of mix in with that? Well, it's about me then adapting my content and saying, okay, everybody was out there making masks about 4 months ago. What does that mean for me and you? Well, that means that no one's out making masks anymore, but there's all kinds of sewing machines out there just lying around collecting dust because, well, they can, right? No. Those things have so much potential to change your life. So that's when I come in and say, yo, let's dive into this thing, from point A to point Z. I've been teaching you how to turn this into a craft and a lifestyle, and not necessarily become a video or a tutorial repository on how to tailor this, and then how to tailor this, and then how to tailor this. That would get really boring really quick, wouldn't it? It would be the equivalent of a woodworking channel making a video on, I don't know, how to make a desk, but there's no surrounding content. So then you go to their channel and you're like, cool, I kind of know how to make a desk, but there's so much that goes into it that you have one of two choices. One, you cram in a whole bunch of information into that video. It's incredibly overwhelming. You have to end up making a 33-minute video, or you can kind of spread it out to where you say, this is how we make a desk. We need to sand the desk. we need to use some wood glue, we're going to use a miter saw on this desk, but all of that can be split off into kind of ancillary content to where you say, in the event that you've never used a miter saw before, go watch this video. Or in the event that you're not really too sure on what type of drill you should use, or if you should use a drill or let's say an impact driver, which one is right? There's another video idea right there. Spread it out. That's why I make videos like on a seam allowance or a zigzag stitch or a straight stitch or other videos that don't really make sense in and of themselves in the event that you get a notification for them. But once you dive into my tutorials, you're going to realize that it makes it so much easier for you to follow, because then I don't have to make a 22-minute video on how to tailor a sweater or how to shorten your dress pants. I can kind of truncate it all down and shorten it all down, and in the event that there's some steps in there that you don't understand, there's another video that goes into it where you can then go watch that and say, okay, cool. Now I get it. Now it makes complete sense. You know what's a really interesting thought that I just thought of is that a lot of people postponed their weddings over the last 6 months. A lot of people were very liberal about it. They were very stern. They dug their heels in the sand and said, no, we are not having our wedding. It is not safe. But now even those people are kind of starting to back off of that, and they're going to push their wedding, and it's going to happen next spring or next summer. Next wedding season is going to be insane. You know what would be a really smart, intelligent decision is to make a video on a DIY tailoring a suit, every single step from point A to point B. Drop that video in like February, let's say. That video would blow up. And February is just hypothetical. You don't necessarily have to wait that long. I'll elaborate on that in a second. Reason number 2 as to why I don't dive into a lot of formal wear content right now on this channel is, well, I want you to do this. Go sort my videos right now by most popular and go look at, I think it's like probably the first 3 or 4. There's a video on there on how to slim a hoodie, how to tailor one of your hoodies. Now ask yourself this question. Would you trust that person to show you how to tailor a suit? Would you think that you're going to get a professional result from that person who's showing you how to tailor that hoodie? No. I didn't think so. You know why? Because that person was tailoring clothes on a stool with a treadmill in the background. Or my go-to favorite, a white wall for a long time. Or you can go look at my joggers tutorial. I didn't even show you how to tailor the joggers. I was sitting on a couch, kind of like talking you through it, showing you no B-roll, showing you almost no steps along the way. Ask yourself this, would you trust that person to show you how to tailor a suit? I didn't think so. I had to take a step back and learn 2 things, how to make a good tutorial and how to package that tutorial so that you knew that it was for you and you knew that you were going to get great professional results. Because it's one thing to be able to teach someone something, yeah, that's fine, but can you do it well and can you put together a good tutorial? And quite frankly, I wasn't putting together good tutorials, and quite frankly, those tutorials are awful. They're so cringy. And the packaging and the structure means, what is my thumbnail? What is my title? Do they work together? Does it look like it's going to be easy, but does it also look like I'm going to get a professional result? I have to communicate all of that to you from the outside as fast and as quickly as humanly possible. And then once you click on my video, I have another 8 seconds to communicate to you, and it's not even about what I say. It's about the presentation of everything. Because at that point, what I'm trying to communicate to you is, does it actually look professional? Is his lighting good? Is his audio good? What's his background or lack thereof in some cases? What is he wearing or what is he not wearing? All of those things in 8 seconds or less, in addition to showing you a before and after, if there is one or if it's relevant, as fast as possible. But if I dived into formal wear 6 months ago, none of those things would have happened, and you would have looked at it and you would have got a notification and said, I'm not watching this. Like, this is stupid. I'm never going to attempt this tutorial because, well, you're an idiot. If you saw this thumbnail, would you click on this thumbnail? No. I didn't think so. You know why you wouldn't click on this thumbnail? Because it looks cheap. It looks stupid. It looks unprofessional. It looks like it was put together in about 5 minutes by a third grader. And that thumbnail was being shown next to other channels like He Spoke Style, like Gent Style, like Real Men Real Style, One Dapper Street, all of those guys. Took another step back and said, okay, well, if those are the thumbnails that my content is being shown next to, my thumbnails look stupid, no one's clicking on them. That's why I change them like every single day, 12 times a day, because it's all about finding that nice, happy medium of professionalism, of fun, of style, all of which has to be communicated to you from the outside, and then once you come in, I have another 8 seconds to communicate all that other stuff to you. And none of that would have happened 6 months ago. And now that they're all on point and everything is starting to go back to normal, we can make good tailoring tutorials. How does that sound? I'm pretty excited about that. Told you I was super passionate about it too. I'll see you on the other side. Click the end card. SD out. See ya.